Hello and welcome to the final part of the Flight of Fancy book made with the Curiouser and Curiouser papers. So, in the last part we created all the pages and we put the pages in. What I've done since then is I've cut myself some little strips and put them in between each page. Now, I can't give you the measurements for this because it will depend on how much space you have in between each one. So just cut yourself some little strips if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to cut some little strips just to finish off the edges, you can do that. What I've also done is made some little tags to go in my spaces, and I've got one more of those, so I thought I'd do that with you. And then we've got the final page and the spine to complete. And I'm going to put some decoration on the front there. So let's start by making our little tags. So let me get all the pieces I need for this. That's what I need. So for this, you want 4 pieces of card, one for each page, and they are 5.5 by 6 3/4. So 5.5 by 6 3/4. And you want a piece of cream card cut to 5.25 by 5.5. And that's going to go there like that. So I'm going to put that piece on first. So my black card is 5.5 by 6 3/4. My cream card is 5.25 by 5.5. I'm just going to pop that on there. Let's check the size of that. That's fine. Now you can put photo slots in that. I prefer to leave it because it may be that somebody wants to journal what's on the page. Okay, so now I've cut myself a piece of patterned paper at 5.25 by 1 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to round the edges of this, and I'm going to round the corresponding edge of this, and I'm going to go round the edge of this with my black ink. Now before I stick this on, I have used my Cool Cats page tab dies, and I've used the square ones and folded it in half, and I've cut a mat and layer to go on there. So I've gone round the edges of that. So I'm just going to put that onto there like that. That's going to go on there, just a mat and layer with the others. So I'm going to put this in the slot that it's going to go in, which is here, so that I can see. Now I could measure all this up perfectly, but for speed and expedience, I'm just going to give a rough mark for where I want it. If I wanted to do it properly, I could divide that into 4 and put 1 in each quadrant. Okay, so it's going to go, whoops, that's not the right pencil. It's going to go roughly here. So I'm going to put my glue on and put my final page tab about there. Okay. So now, oops, I can put my decorative piece onto there like that. Now, one of the things I might do is to put some little rub-ons on here, but that's very much a personal preference. You don't have to do that. So that's going to go onto there like so, and then that will go inside the final pocket. So we've got one inside each pocket. So the next thing I'm going to do is my back page, and that's just going to be a simple pocket page. So I have a piece of card which is cut to 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, so it fits exactly onto there. I then cut a piece of paper, get it right way around, here we go. So I then cut a piece of paper to 6 1/4, where am I? Paper. Here we go. 6 by 8, sorry. So 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, 6 by 8, and I've taken the bottom 2 1/2 inches off. So I'm going to put the top part down onto the card. Now this is just a really simple pocket page. You could do something else if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do this as a simple pocket page. So that's going to go down onto there. Like so. Really nice and simple. And then I've got another piece of card at 8 1/4 by 2 3/4, and this will go onto there. So let me just go around the edges of this, and I'm going to match up the pattern. You don't have to, you could have the other side. I just love this paper, so I'm going to match it up. So I'm going to put that onto that piece of card. So glue it and stick it onto this piece of card. So straight, thumb on the edge I don't want to glue because this is a pocket. And I'm just going to go round these 3 edges and pop that on so that it's level all the way around and the pattern matches. And that's as simple as the final page is going to be. So I'm just going to pop some glue. I need to clean the nozzle with my glue gun onto there, and that then will go onto there like that. And then I've got a little tag to fit into there. So that then is the inside of the book finished. I want to do something with the spine, and I'm going to match the spine to the colours around the frame. So I've chosen some of the black and white papers. So the spine card is 6 1/2 by 2 inches, and the pattern paper then is 6 1/4 by 1 3/4. So always that 1/4 inch smaller. So I'm just going to go around the edges of this. Like so. And I'm just wondering whether I want the flower side. No, it's got to be this side because it's actually long way up for the roses. So I'm going with the other pattern. So I'm just going to go around the edge like that. That's going to pop onto there, making sure it's centre. So, and then that is going to fit neatly onto the spine. So that is now going to go onto my spine. I'm doing it so that you can see it. So I'm not absolutely certain it's straight, so I am just going to Straighten it up slightly. Still not sure it's absolutely straight. Okay, so there's my spine. So the last thing I want to do is just to decorate this up a little bit. And I went through all the ephemera, and I must admit I like that. I turn it that way you can see it better. I like that picture. It's got a lot of the details in it. So it's got the Mad Hatter's top hat. It's got the White Rabbit's watch. It's got Alice, and it's got some flowers which are picked out from the actual page there. So I really liked that one, and I thought that's the one I want. So I'm just going to put some glue. Oh, I noticed there's a couple of little bits to poke out in it. Sometimes in the ephemera you do get little bits to poke out. So I'm going to put some glue up to about her hair and around to about that fond there. So, because you don't want glue on the underside. I'm just going to go around those bits and up to about there. So when I put it on, I can be reasonably certain that I'm not going to have glue showing on the underside, which I'm not. Okay. Now, obviously that's going to be white on that underside. There isn't anything you could do about that unless you wanted to colour it in before you started. Put something across that side as well, but then that's going to show white on that side. So you're better off just allowing that to be white like that. So that then is your book complete. So I hope you have a go at it. If you do, please go over onto Crafty Turn Crafters and show us the album that you've made. Thank you so much for following this with me. I will get the cutting and scoring guide complete now, and I will try and get that onto my Facebook page. I'm not very technical, but I will do my best to get that up onto the Facebook page for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe or just give me a like and a comment. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.